You record a quick voice message on your phone. You play it back just to make sure it sounds right. And immediately, a wave of discomfort washes over you. You cringe at the sound coming out of the speaker. It sounds thin, nasal, maybe a little too high-pitched. You tell yourself it is just a cheap microphone. Or maybe you are just having a weird day. But that may not be the whole story. The real answer is much older than the phone. Most people assume they simply have an annoying voice. They think the recording is exposing a flaw they usually hide. But that is not quite right. Your friends do not think you sound annoying. To them, the voice on the recording is perfectly normal. The stranger part is what your brain is trying to protect. The modern explanation is visible in the audio file. The older explanation is buried inside your bones. To understand why, start with the human body. For almost everyone on Earth, hearing happens in two distinct ways. The first way is called air conduction. Sound waves travel through the air, entering your ear canal. They hit your eardrum, vibrating tiny bones in your middle ear. This is how you hear the outside world. This is how you hear music, traffic, and other people. But when you speak, something else happens simultaneously. Your vocal cords create rapid vibrations deep in your throat. But those vibrations do not just exit through your mouth. They also travel inward, directly through your flesh and bone. This biological process is called bone conduction. Your skull acts like a giant, dense acoustic chamber, and solid bone is excellent at transmitting low-frequency sounds. Like water moving through heavy pipes, the bass notes spread. They bypass your outer ear completely. They travel straight into your inner ear, vibrating the cochlea. Acoustic physics offers a clear map of this hidden mechanism. When sound travels through a solid object, like a human skull, it changes. The higher, sharper audio frequencies get absorbed and dampened. The lower, deeper frequencies get heavily amplified. So the voice you hear when you speak is actually a mix. It is part air conduction, entering from the outside, and part bone conduction, echoing from the inside. That internal echo creates a rich, resonant sound. It is a voice with built-in bass and warm undertones. That explains part of the mystery. You cringe because the microphone only captures the air conduction. It strips away all that internal, bone-conducted bass, leaving you with a flatter, higher-pitched version of yourself. But it does not explain everything. The physics of sound only explains the surprise. It does not explain the intense emotional rejection. Why do you actively hate it? The next piece is stranger and deeply psychological. To your brain, your voice is not just a sound. It is the primary audio signal of your identity. The deep voice in your head has been with you since childhood. It is the continuous narrator of your inner life. Psychologists call this mental framework your self-concept. You subconsciously expect your voice to sound as deep as you feel. When you hear the recording, that self-concept shatters. The brain detects a severe mismatch between expectation and reality. It feels like listening to an imposter wearing your face.
Now compare that with the vast timeline of human life.
For hundreds of thousands of years, human beings talked, sang, and shouted. But no human ever heard their true external voice. The technology to mirror sound simply did not exist. It was not until the invention of early recording devices in the 19th century. Suddenly, a hidden biological illusion was dragged into the light. Evolution never prepared us to meet our acoustic doubles. The ancient system did not disappear. It changed jobs. It became a harsh judge of an impossible modern mirror. This is where the ghost appears. When you hate the sound of your own recorded voice, you are experiencing a psychological reflex called cognitive dissonance. Your brain is desperately rejecting information that contradicts its internal reality. You feel exposed, foolish, and slightly diminished. You worry that this thin, unfamiliar voice is how the world judges you. It is an ancient fear of social exposure, triggered by a phone. But there is a strangely beautiful truth hiding in this collision. The external voice you hate is the only voice the world has ever known. It is the voice your friends associate with comfort and loyalty. It is the voice your family recognizes across a crowded room. They do not hear it as thin, weak, or annoying. They just hear you. The deep, resonant voice inside your head is entirely solitary. No one else in the history of the world will ever hear it. You are the only person who gets to live inside that acoustic chamber.
The recording is not an insult.
It is just a quiet reminder that we are all slightly trapped inside ourselves, listening to an echo no one else can share.